Unfruitfulness is unproductivity. When the gifts and the graces and the information, the wisdom, everything that God has invested in you is not finding expression. It is unproductivity. This is the dangers of that paradigm. Life is short, so let's have fun. So when you're thinking like that, you're investing your time doing things that only service yourself. It doesn't service God's purposes. It doesn't service God's plan for your life. It services your own desires. I want to see the world. I want to travel and do this and do that. Meanwhile, it's not seeing the world that's a bad thing, but the priority that it has in your life is higher than the priority that the most important thing or second most important thing should have in your life, which is purpose. The investment of time in the areas of life that mean the most should be, I meant to say that there are areas in life that should warrant the greatest investment of time. Number one is God and your relationship with Him, and number two is your purpose. It's very important. Anything that goes above any of those two, you're living life ineffectively and erroneously, and it may lead you away from God. That means whatever is above God and above His purpose is an idol. It could even be seeing the world. This is what happens to many young people. We have all these kind of worldly ambitions to do all these things that in and of themselves are not bad things, but they're so high on our priority list because of what the world is teaching us, that this is the pursuit in life, is to enjoy life because you don't have enough. Life is so short, so go see the world. That's a secular mindset. That's a selfish life. You're living life for self. That's a life lived for one's own pleasure and enjoyment. Great people don't live that way. They don't live life for self. The Bible says the greatest among you shall be your servant. Great people serve others. Mediocre people serve themselves. They just want to do life for what makes me happy. Let me vacation in seasides because that's what makes me happy. It's a selfish lifestyle. If that's how Jesus thought and lived, He would have never died on the cross. If that's how Albert Einstein lived, he would have never came up with E equals MC squared. If that's how Nikola Tesla lived, 85% of the technology we have now, we wouldn't have. If that's how all these great men lived their lives and thought, we wouldn't have all the inventions and all the great things we have in this life. If Steve Jobs thought that way, that life is just about having fun and making memories for yourself, he would have never been in his garage for days on end without sleep trying to produce the first Apple computer. It's called sacrifice. Living life for others, not for yourself. And that paradigm tells you that life is short, so let's just have fun. So instead of investing your time in developing yourself spiritually, developing yourself intellectually, time is spent doing unfruitful things. It's very important. That's the morning stage of life.